Ladies and gentlemen, Octagon MMA brings you Tip Sport Game Changer.
The very first battle of the Octagon 39 tournament will be a welterweight bout between Odunjo from Great Britain and the Brazilian fighter living in Berlin, Cruz. Cruz has 8 wins and only 2 defeats under his belt, and he trains at the Berlin Sayato Club together with the likes of Rafael Javier. Odunjo has a record of 6 fights, 4 victories, and he's managed to get all 4 in the first or second round within the time limit. This member of Great Britain top team is confident in the welterweight division with his height at 185 centimeters. He would like to start slowly but surely shaking up the most packed weight division of Octagon.
So here we go. Fight time is finally here. The first show of 2023. The first fight of the night here in Munich, Octagon 39. And what a battle this is. Taking this fight on short notice is the 21-year-old FAVELA Cruz, based in Berlin, but by way of Fortaleza in Brazil. The Sayato Performance Gym. Friends and training partners with Rafael Javier. And look, the impressive thing about this young man, 21 years of age. On his Instagram, it says born to fight. His first professional fight was 16 years of age. He won that by flying knee. A stunning, stunning performance in that, and has gone 8-2 since that, Luke. It's phenomenal, right?
You know, I think the nickname Favela says it all. This man is ready to fight anytime, any place, and that he's trying to prove that now, taking this on short notice. An extremely dangerous striker, explosive, exciting. He's coming here, wants to prove a name, like you said. Good friends with Rafael and trains with him and has been to these events. You see there Johnny Walker in his corner as well. Been training with him, I'm sure has soaked up a lot of knowledge, but he knows the stage here at Octagon is a big one, and he wants to prove himself here and continue his reign.
You look at his run and the record as well. He fought a featherweight to begin with, then up to lightweight, took this on short notice and came in under the welterweight limit. But that again shows what he's willing to do, right, Luke? Take the opportunity, and he has seen this show. He's seen his friends rise on it. Like Rafael Javier, there's much talk about him. Should he win tonight, going on and fighting for that light heavyweight title? He's seen Octagon, the fans, and the fights change lives, and he could do that right now with this performance.
Exactly that, and I mean, me and you have traveled the world with mixed martial arts, and there really is not many atmospheres like an Octagon atmosphere, and now here in Munich as well, with this young man making his debut for Octagon. I'm excited to see it, and he gets a nice cheer from the crowd just to prove the point.
And here he comes, Teo XL Odunjo, stepping in here from Great Britain, representing Great Britain top team. Now this is a camp he has been with now. This will be his second fight. The first fight he fought and he made a slight mistake, one error, and people he feels have almost doubted him because of it. He got caught. This is what happens when you are in there with the best of the best. But what I've loved about this young man is his energy, is the way he is soaking this up. Brad Pickett has talked so highly of how he has taken to the grappling, of how the type of student he is, and also when you're getting credit from a person like Brad Pickett, who's not just been a fighter at the very top himself, but been around fighters. When somebody is looking at young talent like Teo and saying, this kid's got it, this kid really could go all the way, that shows you the confidence he's got, and you can see exactly why Teo is at that camp and looking to put on the performance tonight.
Yeah, and that's for me, that's what Teo needs to do. He needs to elevate by going somewhere like Great Britain's top team and working with people like Ashley Grimshaw over there with his jiu-jitsu and improving the other side of his game. You can tell he's trying to develop as a fighter, develop as a man, and that's what you have to constantly do in this sport. You can't be stagnant. You have to keep changing, keep getting better. And, you know, like you just said, with the mind of someone like with Brad Pickett behind you, he can see the holes in your game, and he can fill them. And he has the staff at Great British top team to do that. And now he has the opportunity to prove those new skills here in a fantastic fight for our opener here at Octagon in Munich.
Yeah, both fighters inside the cage, both making their debut here. We'll take a little look at the tail of the tape as well shortly. That's the arena, the Audi Dome. Almost at capacity as far as the ticket sales. That is just shy of 8,000 tickets gone. Now we look at the tail of the tape. 8 years the younger is Lucas FAVELA Cruz. Height and reach on the side of Teo Odunjo. And the tip sport odds in favour of the Great Britain top team fighter. We are almost set, we are almost ready. Let's get this one underway.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, welcome in Munich, Germany for Octagon 39. Let me introduce you both fighters for our very first fight. This fight is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in a welterweight. And the referee in charge of this bout is Václav Přibyl. Now, let's go to the blue corner. He is 21 years old, stands 180 centimeters tall, weighted in at 77.2 kilos. Represent Team Sayato Performance Gym, and the coaches in his corner are Matthias Bahr, Emmanuel Krause, and Tara Campbell. He has a professional record of 9 fights, 7 wins, and only 2 losses. Fighting out of Brazil, Lucas FAVELA Cruz. In the red corner, he is 29 years old, stands 186 centimeters tall, weighted in at 77.2 kilos. Represent GBTT, and the coaches in his corner are Brad Pickett, Ashley Grimshaw. He has a professional record of 6 fights, 4 wins, all finished before the time, and 2 losses. Fighting out of United Kingdom, Tayo XL Odunjo.
Fighters, 3 rounds, 5 minutes. Follow my instruction. Touch gloves if you want. Go back to your corner. Good luck, man.
Stare down is done. Final instructions from our referee has been given. It's a welterweight contest scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Lucas FAVELA Cruz in the white shorts, blue corner, taking on Teo XL Odunjo. Black shorts, red corner. Set and ready, off we go. Me, Brian Lacey, alongside Luke Barnett. Southpaw versus Orthodox. Luke, and Cruz already firing at that outside thigh there.
Yeah, utilising that outside leg, but Teo, I expected goes to the takedown early. No, he's been working on his grappling over at Great British top team, but nice underhook to takedown of his own.
Right in front of his corner as well there. Good
Cruz,
reversal.
aggressive start. Teo working back to his feet well though. Eats a few punches but gets back up, that's the most important. Digs in those double underhooks and pushes him up against the fence. You can see the size of Teo as well, very thick through the back as he looks to get this right leg outside and look for a trip. Good defense from Cruz.
Yeah, Cruz, and that reversal was lovely, Luke, right? He really timed that, a good technical turnaround there from Cruz. So Teo will know he's not dealing with just a striker here.
He needs to be careful of the judo toss if he decides to go across the hips with that left leg. But good forward pressure at the moment from Teo, and nice head position. That's what's holding this position right now, is that beautiful head position, forehead right in the chin, controlling the head of Cruz.
Brad Pickett talked to me a little bit about the game plan for this. If you watch back Teo's fights, his striking is so slick, and obviously he favours that, but going to Great Britain top team, they really have developed his grappling, and they feel that Cruz tires in these positions. They've seen it in some of his other fights, and they've said to Teo, you don't have to cause a lot of damage here. Weigh on him, grind it for the first 2-3 minutes, even the first round. Take some of that gas away, and he looks to be trying to do that now, Luke.
Beautiful balance there from Cruz, especially with being a late notice fight and also a weight difference. So it's a very, very smart tactic, this. Teo doing what he needs to. He needs to be careful of that head position. Doesn't want to drop it. Needs to keep it high, but constantly getting attacked from Cruz. Little digs, nothing that's going to really hurt him, but causes movement.
You can hear there the cornering of the Great Britain top team. They want just to maintain, they're just letting him know the time there as well to keep working.
Yeah, he keeps trying to take that right leg and put it around the side or the back of Cruz and look for a lateral drop almost, or a knee knock. But last time he actually got it and it didn't quite work. Great
separate
work from Cruz to separate. Let's see if he can go to work. Remember, Tayu has amazing striking as well. He's not only a wrestler, he actually is more of a striker. So, you know, plan B is not so bad if he can't get this takedown.
Yeah, and Cruz as well, you've got to respect his stand-up. 7 professional wins, 5 of those by knockout. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left in this first round now. They've had a little feel of each other there, Luke. They'll have learnt a lot in those first 3 minutes.
Yeah, Tayu a little bit gun-shy at the moment. That outside leg kick, the only thing that's really landed from Cruz. Tayu moving well and keeping that right foot on the outside of the lead leg of Cruz. Nice, beautiful left hand.
Straight left down the pipe, collects with the chin of Cruz.
And gets this takedown finally. Now let's see what he can do with it. Beautiful outside trip. Has good side control. The underhook is there for Cruz, so he's going to try and bump those hips and get that right arm underneath. Great work from Cruz to regain the guard.
Yes, solid work from the Brazilian there.
As an active guard at the bottom, we can see that as he tries to grab the ankles and look for the sweep.
90 seconds left.
Nice awareness, though,
from top position.
from Tayu.
Hold the feet with your hands.
You can see the difference there in strikes landed. But Tayu's been the one that's been controlling the fight, I would say, so far. But the number one thing the judges see is damage, and it is effective striking. So probably needs to pick up the pace moving into this final minute. If he wants to take this round, he needs to make a mark on it. And the referee might try to stand him up.
Well, I heard there in the corner, I think Brad Pickett said, actually, let him up, let him back up.
Let's get that jab working a bit. 1 minute left.
45 seconds now left in this first round.
This lead outside leg kick is very effective so far for Cruz. Very quick with it as well, and it has a lot of snap on it. And then he's going up. He's come up twice now with that right head kick. Return.
Gone down.
But Tayu now on the mat, and Cruz hammering down those big shots.
This is a bad spot at the end of the first round here for Odunjo. And there was just pressure coming from Cruz, right? He was walking his man down.
Yeah, for the smaller man out of the two, he's emitting a lot of pressure forward. And we need to see urgency here. The last 10 seconds. Now we need to see something. Otherwise, this round's definitely going to go to Cruz in my eyes.
Oh,
knee just missed.
Yeah. 1 round down here, Octagon 39. And again, such a chess match there, Luke. There seems to be 2 intent game plans. You got Cruz wanting to keep it on the feet, fire those strikes, but the forward pressure, the cage grappling, the takedown attempts from Odunjo.
I feel like the takedown attempts were there. He managed to get one. Didn't really do anything once he got it. You know, and I feel Cruz, it was very explosive, good takedown defense, amazing balance, and we saw at the end, he just caught a leg and managed to get on top and land big shots. So, in the eyes of the judges, he's been the more effective of the two, I would say. Here's a takedown of his own early on in the round as well. So, they had a good back and forth, and technically, you know, if you look at it from a technical coach's perspective, Tayu did some fantastic work, but effectively, for judges, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, well, this is the first round. Some of the highlights here. That's at the end. That's that forward pressure. The kick came from Odunjo, but then the pressure led to this position, Luke.
Yeah, and instantly throwing shots, aggressive elbows, big. So for the judges, that's going to look great in their eyes. I feel like Tayu needs to wake up a little bit in this second round.
Second round now underway. Cruz, blue corner, Odunjo in the red.
That looks a little bit more switched on for me now, does Tayu. Nice feints early on now, better movement from him.
And with this being their debut, this opening fight as well, I mean, talk to people about that sort of pressure, because some people struggle with that, right? Even the adrenaline dump for being on a big show like this, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we spoke to a few fighters this week, and a few of them have said, like, oh, it's an Octagon's a big show. You know, and it does play on their minds, especially it's the first time they've been in front of, you know, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 people. Good tie up here, though, now from Tayu. Good balance, nice head position. Bullies his man back into the fence. Again, needs to make these positions count, because he's good at collecting them and getting there. Has great body lock here, looks for that takedown. But again, incredible display of balance from Cruz. Looks very dynamic, Cruz. He's got good, nice hips, good balance, nice control of that bicep with the right arm. He looks very calm in these positions. And really, you know, the idea is to tire him out, but Taeyu's the one admitting all the energy.
Good. Tight, don't let him separate.
Yeah, and now they separate back into the center of the cage.
So all of that energy utilized by Taeyu for what? For nothing, really. A little bit of control. And those kicks are very powerful, but a little bit slow. And every time they're getting caught and caught and caught.
And now it's this time Cruz with the pressure up against the cage.
Yeah, looking for a similar technique, but leaves the opening and easily escapes, does Taeyu. I need to see something on the feet. I need to see controlling that middle distance, punching into the air. Every shot doesn't need to land, but the person controlling the distance is definitely Cruz with this outside leg kick that he keeps utilizing.
He's also used a couple of times that side kick to the knee.
I like to call that the John Jones kick because I'm pretty sure he invented it or utilized it the most in MMA. Dirty tactic, that.
Switching stances. You see Cruz switching with him as well there. He wants to keep this opposite stance going. Now Odunjo with these low hands. This is some of his trademark striking. Needs to loosen, let go.
Yeah, but he needs to loosen, let go, but needs to be careful because the speed of Cruz is there, and he's already gone for that right side head kick a few times, and that one just swung over the top of him. So it's definitely there, and it's going to be an attack that Cruz goes to again. Oh, nice straight right hand.
There you go.
Here's better with the bullying and coming out. Needs to punch on the break there as well.
Oh, step to the side there. Look for that straight left. Just missed. And now Cruz with his top position.
Yeah, Cruz saw the opening there. Beautiful takedown. Little knee knock on the outside of that right leg. Off balances Taeyu and puts him on his back. Need to see activity on the bottom now, trying to stand up. The cage is there. Get those hips to the cage and get on that left hand.
Working his way back up now. Oh,
does well to get back to his feet, but eats a nice right hand from Cruz.
Solid right hand there as he got back.
But ate that, no problem. As we go into the last 2 minutes of this round. Interesting fight, this one. Feel like anyone could finish it at any moment. They're both very open.
Snapping kick, just listen to that. 1 minute 35 seconds now. Feels like this round needs a moment, Luke. We had a couple in the first round, the takedown, the reversal, the left hand from Odunjo. We need something in this round, right, just at the end.
And Odunjo's now starting to dominate the space very well, keeping him pinned up against the fence, loses it now, but bullying him back again, but not utilizing much. There's no setup, there's no feint. He was feinting early in the round, setting up the punches, but now he almost seems a bit gun-shy.
Oh, he looks for that body lock now, once again, walking his man to the cage.
Step over that frame, we'll get that right knee to the inside of his hip.
We need a takedown now.
Yes, that's split.
And you can see that Brad Pickett area ways as you need this takedown now. Oh,
gets reversed. Beautiful hips from Cruz. Overcommitted to that and didn't quite have it.
Didn't have the grip, right?
Yeah.
A little bit of space, and Cruz was able to get this top position.
And Cruz is great from the top here, especially with elbows as well. Very aggressive, gets to the side wedge position. He needs to get up straight away, does Taeyu here. Needs to be careful, doesn't give up the back, jumps on.
Oh, he's got one hook in now, one hook in.
Does well.
Really good stuff there from Taeyu.
Yeah, did fantastic there because actually Cruz got the arm under the neck for a split second. Nice left hook.
Solid left, that one. Right in front of us, you can hear the crack.
And jump knee lands as well.
And you have to say, for taking this on short notice, Cruz's gas tank is standing the test so far.
Yeah, very, very impressive. 2 rounds from that young man, 21 years old. We say it earlier, took his first professional fight at 16.
16 years.
So has a lot of experience, 5 years in the game. And showing that well here, you know, late replacement, has really dominated a lot of the areas of the game. Gives a lot of space to Taeyu, but picks his moments perfectly. Almost called Taeyu on in that round and then hit him with a takedown as he overcommitted to that left hand. So he's very intelligent as well.
Let's look at some of this. Talk us through it, Luke.
We see again those body kicks that we've seen from Taeyu. He's done a few of them, but every time they get caught, they come up quite slowly. There's the one, the hand that goes over the head, and we see the spinning back fist as well. I'd say Dane, there's the left hand that he caught that we capitalized on to get this takedown. That was beautifully timed. Great work here from Taeyu to get back to his feet, and that was probably the most decisive left hand. You know, in my opinion, if I was in the corner of Tayu, I would be saying you're 2 rounds down. We need a finish in this 3rd round. I don't know if that's how the judges have it scored, but that would be my coaching advice. And I would be saying it's 1-1 in the other corner.
I don't think you can see that, but Cruz is talking to himself, staring his man down.
Yeah, great positive mindset, setting himself up for this 3rd and final round.
Nice bit of respect shown at the start of this. Oh, there's a solid left.
Hopefully, Tayu will build in confidence from that, and we'll see more action in this 3rd round. He's been a bit cautious, but he needs to come forward for this one. Nice flinch there, and biting on the flinch is Cruz.
Oh, again, stepping in. Once again up against the cage. He's got to work quickly though, Luke, right, in these positions.
I feel like the you know, game plan A, getting this takedown up against the fence, has not worked. In fact, in the last round, it backfired and he got put on his back. I feel we need to go into game plan B or C or D or Z, whatever they've got. But I like the striking of Tayu. Nice right hand, but he rode with it well.
Yeah, he leant back just at the end of that punch. Oy.
Another one lands.
Low though, hands low, Luke.
Yeah, but they don't seem, you know, he's landed quite a few times, but so far, they don't seem to be affecting Tayu at all. I'd like to see Tayu open up a little bit. He needs a bit of, you know, aggression. He needs to come forward and throw with some venom.
And he has got power. All 4 of his professional wins are by finish. 3 of those are by knockout, 1 by submission.
Yeah, so we know he's got it in him. I just feel like he's biding his time a little bit too much. He needs to engage.
Oh. Good pressure again from Cruz. Tayu making space, coming back into open water.
A bit of a headbutt there. As he changed levels. Calling for the left hand is the corner of Tayu. Again, a lot of feigning, a lot of setups, but no action. He needs to throw. Doesn't matter if he lands, he needs to throw. He needs to gain the respect here. Last 3 minutes of this fight.
And you can see he's getting some bites off of Cruz from those little shimmies and the feints.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of bites, but Cruz is constantly moving on the defensive. You know, said for his cardio, he's constantly moving. And oh, nice left hand lands. Finally through.
Times that now he's moving forward.
But I feel like he's looking for the perfect shot. Doesn't need the perfect shot. He just needs to throw and something will land. If he keeps analyzing it and trying to get the perfect shot, he's just gonna, the time's just gonna tick away. And these shots are landing too for Cruz. And he's wearing them. They don't even affect him. So if they're not affecting you, go through them and hit him back.
And there is a difference. Cruz is throwing combinations. You're getting single shots from Odunjo at the minute.
Nice little fast jab as well for Odunjo. He needs to stop dropping.
Oh, nice.
Great left hand.
Great left, you're right there.
You know, Tayu needs to stop dropping his head. I can see a knee coming through the middle as well. Get that left hook high, left underhook high, and let's circle out here if he wants to get this into the middle. Cruz doing a fantastic job.
2 minutes now.
I almost feel like Cruz not taking any risks in this 3rd round. A little bit less active. Maybe it's cardio, maybe it's tactical.
No, Odunjo once again up against the cage. Good head position.
Yeah, great cornering advice here. They're really asking Tayu to go to work. They really want him to be aggressive. They want him to throw. They want him to elbow. They want him to break. They want fight finishing moments.
Oh,
nice
an elbow. That's nice.
And another
again.
one.
Wow.
They need aggression from Tayu. They need a finish as they move into the last minute and a half of this fight.
Just saw Cruz then take a look up at that clock. And again, taking this fight on short notice. It's astounding the pace that he's been able to keep up over these 2 and almost 3 rounds now.
And even defensively, he's never sat still. He's never stopped moving. Again, dropping his head is Tayu.
Some blood coming from the mouth there. Odunjo.
Last minute here for this fight. 3 rounds in, last minute to go. I would say it's stacked up against Tayu Odunjo. Lucas Favela Cruz taking this fight on very short notice and lasting all 3 rounds. Now you can see it wearing on him a little bit though, switching stance.
Oof. 35 seconds, the clock against him now as well.
So, I mean, we see 30 seconds pass. You need a foot finish to finish. There's another left hand.
That left has been money for Tayu.
Need urgency here as we move into the last 20 seconds. Need elbows, knees, forward motion. Needs to chase this.
Now he's bringing the pressure. Cruz sitting back, looking to counter. Fires a big left hand over the top.
And a valiant effort from both men as the final buzzer goes. Be interesting to see how the judges have this one scored.
Teo rose his hand there. But again, like you said, it's going to be interesting to see exactly how the judges saw it, because
yeah, the first 2 rounds, well, there was nothing completely convincing. I would say the third, Odunjo definitely coming forward more, a bit more active. The first, in my eyes, you know, probably was to Cruz because there wasn't so much action. The second, who knows? It's a very tight one, but, you know, I feel like Odunjo could have done more in that whole fight, especially as the man who had a full cam, trained all the way through. The coring advice he was getting was fantastic. You know, it's going to be interesting to see how they have this one scored.
Yeah, this will go to the judges. This is the opening bout here, Octagon 39. And we'll look back at some of the highlights, Luke.
Yeah, both men had their moments. Both really come in the form of straight hands. Little ball on the inside here. And that left hand was money for Odunjo when he threw it. Another one leaning back. Nice head movement and avoidance. But the aggression coming from the young man, FAVELA Cruz, you can see it there in the stats. Outstriking and more takedowns as well. See how they were spread across the rounds and how the judges have it scored. As we wait for Ondrej Novotny to make his way to the cage. Interesting opening fight for us here at Octagon 39, our debut and first time here in Munich. Going the distance. Both men making their debut. Let's see which one of the two will be leaving victorious as we hand it over to Ondrej Novotny.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, let's see how the judges score these fights. 30-27, 29-28, and 30-27. All for the winner, who's coming from the blue corner, Lucas Cruz.
Essa vitória aqui é para essa guerreira. Minha mãezinha que tá no céu. Te amo, mãe. Te amo, pai. Quero mandar um alô pra galera do Genimbaú. Osso. Minha equipe aqui, ó. Eu amo esses caras.
I love these guys, my team.
Lucas, FAVELA Cruz.
Tell us, first of all, you've been here on short notice. It was very spontaneous for you. What was your game plan coming into this fight?
Você veio aqui te contaram, foi muito rápido. Você chegou com uma notícia curta. Como é que foi se preparar para essa luta?
Eu já estava vindo treinando forte. Tô com luta marcada em março. E quando minha equipe chegou com essa notícia que eu viria lutar o Octagon, fiquei muito feliz. Pedi a Deus para que ele fechasse essa luta desse certo, porque eu já vinha observando o Octagon de muito tempo, desde quando eu vim aqui com um amigo meu, vim ser corner dele aqui na República Tcheca.
I've been training really strong and getting ready. I'm gonna have a fight in March, and I was looking for fighting Octagon a long time, and I was praying for God to have this opportunity to fight here, and now what I did.
Okay, also er hat gesagt, er hat bald schon den nächsten Kampf im März und er hat sich schon sehr, sehr darauf gefreut, mal bei Octagon im Käfig zu stehen. Er hat lange darauf gewartet, dass er hier ist und jetzt kam es glücklicherweise dann doch noch spontan zustande. Also wirklich beachtliche Leistung hier. Okay, so congratulations on your victory. When will we see you again?
A gente vai te ver de novo.
Só esperar aí a outra oportunidade, a data, o local que nós estamos aqui pronto para dar show para o público.
I'm ready, I'm waiting. Just give me the location, the date, and I'm coming back.
Okay, also er sagt, er ist auf jeden Fall bereit, er hat wieder richtig Bock hier zu kämpfen. Gebt mir einfach nur ein Datum, gebt mir einen Gegner und dann sagt er, ist er am Start. Congratulations, we look forward to see you again.
Obrigado, meu Deus, a favela venceu!
Meine Damen und Herren, Lucas Favela Cruz!
So there we have it, the 21-year-old Lucas Cruz taking this fight on short notice and getting the victory. All worthwhile. Johnny Walker in his corner as well. Luke, impressed by that 21-year-old warrior.
Ladies and gentlemen, Octagon MMA brings you Tip Sport Game Changer.